Night, everyone. Just a little small little speech I want to, share with you. You know, I found out that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, "There's no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than you're capable of living." Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking up your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you have something to fall back on. But I never really understood the concept of having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. I figured at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit without consistency. You understand? You'll never finish. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test. There's an old IQ test, 9 dots, and you had to draw 5 lines with pencil with these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. You see, the only way to do it was to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. The home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Fall forward. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. Always remember that. You've got to take risks. And I'm sure you probably heard that before, but I want to talk to you about why that's so important. You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it. And I know that's probably not a traditional message for a graduation ceremony, but hey, I'm telling you, embrace it because it's inevitable. In the acting business, you fail all the time. Early on in Denzel Washington's career, he auditioned for a part in Broadway musical, perfect role for him. Well, at least that was what he thought, except for the fact that he couldn't sing. So he did not get the job. But here's the thing. He didn't quit. He didn't fall back. He walked out of there to prepare for the next audition, and the next audition, and the next audition for the next audition. He prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed, but he continued to fail and fail and failed. But it didn't matter, because you know what? There's an old saying. You hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later, you're going to get a haircut. So you'll catch a break. And he did catch a break. In the following year, he did a play called Fences on Broadway. But here's the kicker. It was at the Court Theater. It was at the same theater that he failed the first audition following the year prior. The point is, every graduate today has a training and talent to succeed. But do you have the guts to fail? If you don't fail, you are not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you are not even trying to get something you never had. If you don't fail, you're not even trying to get something you never had. You have to do something you never did. Imagine, you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghosts of the ideas you never acted on, the ghost of the talents you didn't use, and they are standing around your bed angry, disappointed, and upset. They say we come to you because you could have brought us to life. They say, and now we have to go to the grave together. So I ask you today, how many ghosts are going to be around your bed when your time comes? I've read about South Africa. It's a wonderful place. But there are places there with terrible poverty. And Africa is just the tip of the iceberg. The Middle East needs great help. Japan needs help. Alabama, my country, Jamaica as well. The world needs a lot, and we need it from you. We really do. We need it from you, young people. I mean, I'm not speaking technically, but generally. But I know I'm getting a little grayer. We need it from you, the younger generation, because remember this. You got to get out there. You got to give it everything treasures. You've got, whether it's your time or your talent or prayers or your treasures. What are you going to do with what you have? And I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about how much you have. Some of you are business majors. Some of you are the theologians, nurses, sociologists. Some of you have money. Some of you have the gift of long suffering. Whatever it is, whatever your gift is, what are you going to do with what you have? Now, here's my last point about failure. Sometimes it's the best way to figure out where you're going. Your life will never be a straight path. I started the whole music thing, writing, recording, but with no support from the one girl I truly loved. My focus took off in its own direction. And they all politely suggested that it's better that, I took some time off. I was about 20 years old. I was at my lowest point in life. And then one day I remember the exact date. July 15, 2019. I was home preparing meal for my baby mother and son, and there was this older woman who was considered one of the elders in the area. I never really know her personally. But I was looking in the mirror, and every time I looked through the mirror, I could see her behind me. She was staring at me. She was just keep looking at me, and every time I looked at her, she kept giving me these strange looks. So she finally said something I will never forget. She said, "Young man, I have a prophecy, a spiritual prophecy." She said, "You're going to be very good at what you are passionate about. Also, you are going to speak to millions of people all over the world. And in these years that are coming, just as what that woman prophesied, well, I haven't traveled the world, but I've spoken to a lot of people so far through my music. And I'm taking the time to be very good at what I am passionate about. Speaking to people who up until this day couldn't see me up until this day. I couldn't see. While I was talking to them, they couldn't see me. They couldn't see me. They could only see the music videos. They couldn't see the real me. But I see you today through this motivational video. Also, taking risks is not just about going for a job. It's also about knowing what you know and don't know. It's about being open to people and to ideas, the chances you take, the people you love, the faith that you have. That's what is going to define you. Never be discouraged. Never hold back. Give everything you've got. And when you fall throughout life, Remember this: fall forward.